And now your host, Sam Shainbrown.
All righty, everybody, to episode 6 of Office Hours. As you guys can see, it is our Thanksgiving special, and we have a very, very special guest today to talk about turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, and everything in between. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your guest, Dr. Block. How's it going? All right.
All right.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to the show.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. We know you are a very busy person. Thank you so much for finding the time to come on.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
Yeah, well,
I've heard a lot of great things about the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a great show for today. I want to start off with a couple questions.
Okay.
First question. What do you do?
That's a great question. Half the time I don't even really know. But a lot of the days I'm around at the schools. I'm talking to parents. I'm meeting kids. I think overall, as the superintendent of schools, I'm in charge of everything that happens in the schools. So, you know, with the scheduling, the classes, the extracurricular activities, everything. So I guess you're obviously involved with a lot of those things.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about being superintendent?
It's being able to see the students, being able to go to all the different schools. They each have their own personalities.
Yeah.
So really going to the schools and and working with the teachers too. We got a lot of great teachers here. What schools did you go to, Sam?
I went to MPE for elementary school, and then MPM, and then Heritage, and then now I'm here.
That's great.
Yeah.
MPE seemed like forever ago, probably.
It does,
right?
actually. Seem like forever ago.
It's still there.
It
so,
is.
Yeah, just so you know, I was there the other day. Still standing, MPE.
Yeah. I'm one of 3 brothers, and the youngest just graduated MPE last year.
Oh, so he's at MPM now.
Now he is.
Took the big trip.
He did.
Over next door.
Like 10 steps down the hallway.
Yeah, that's it.
To the next school.
It's a big transition.
So, all right. So moving out of students, I want to talk. While Miles and I were sitting around discussing what we should do for this show.
Okay.
We both knew that we wanted one question to be answered more than any other.
Okay.
What's the most embarrassing thing a teacher has ever done in a meeting?
Well, that's funny that you should ask that. It's not actually didn't happen here while I was superintendent, but it was when I was a teacher. We actually, and I don't know what the teacher was thinking, but it was June, so I guess it was warm out. And I guess the teacher was going to some sort of swim club or swim party, but decided that they needed to get ready for that party prior to coming to the meeting.
I see where this is
going. So
going.
they walked into a professional meeting in like a bathing suit and a bathrobe and like with swim bags and stuff. And,
oh my God.
And sort of everybody just, turned and
the
stared.
Sunscreen on the nose.
Yeah, well, almost
floaty.
like that. Yeah, we're kind of ready to go. And that was a pretty weird thing that a teacher decided to do. Not our normal standard of dress for a faculty meeting. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to take anything that teacher said seriously at a meeting.
No, yeah, just and I don't think anybody was when people are colleagues, you're not necessarily used to seeing them in a bathing suit
swim
and a
gear.
bathrobe. So it was talked about for quite some time. So,
yeah, well,
yeah.
I hope that teacher enjoyed their pool party.
I hope they were going to the pool. That wasn't just like their after school wear, kind of thing. But we assumed that was what was happening.
Yeah, just throw on a pair of bathing suit.
Yeah, not something you usually do at work,
right.
But you never know what's gonna happen next.
Speaking of clothing to a Board of Ed meeting, are Crocs acceptable footwear
At a Board of Ed
at a
meeting?
Board of Ed meeting.
Well, see, the cameras don't scroll down to
Right.
the footwear. So I would say yes. I mean, I haven't given that question
Really?
a lot of thought, but I would say, like on Zoom, there are certain like liberties you can take,
Yes.
kind of where the screen can't see you anymore.
Yeah,
So.
I spent half of my freshman year of high school wearing pajamas to class.
There you go, and then nobody knew the difference.
Yeah,
right?
nobody knew.
So,
It was great.
It's good when you're on Zoom. Nobody knows if you're wearing shorts. Nobody can see what your footwear is. So I would say Crocs are probably acceptable, unless they're on camera. Then I mean, maybe it depends on what color Crocs. Like they have
Really?
they have those little neon Crocs.
Right. So what colors are acceptable? Just
Yeah, like
any-
a dark,
not
kind
as
of
bright,
subdued.
Yeah,
not something that'll scream, "I'm wearing Crocs." at a
something,
board meeting." Yeah.
the pair of Crocs that will blend in, so to speak, to the Board of Ed
Crocs
meeting.
that don't call attention to
Right.
themselves. Yes.
But hey, I think the point of wearing Crocs are to call attention to yourself. If you
Yeah,
think
that
about
might
it.
be true. Yeah, and I don't know about slides. Like slides.
Slides would be an interesting one too.
Slides would be a whole different. Slides with socks, I guess, would be acceptable.
Because that's more. I feel like that's more appropriate than Crocs.
Yeah, because if you're wearing slides to a board meeting, aren't you a little bit like that teacher who's wearing a bathing suit to a faculty meeting?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like it doesn't jive with what the atmosphere is supposed to be. I
exactly.
think. Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about why we are here today. It's for the Thanksgiving special. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
Yeah. It's for food-wise, my favorite holiday
love
as
food.
well. And the hat.
The hat,
really
too.
Is
I'm
putting
really-
me right in the mood for. I wish it was Thursday now.
Yeah, so speaking of Thanksgiving foods, cranberry sauce.
Number one.
There it is.
Number one, and
Where's Dylan Tovitz? He's there. He doesn't like cranberry sauce.
that's really that's not appropriate, and I'm not
It
happy
is.
to hear
It
that.
is very inappropriate.
But I would say, Sam, are you cranberry sauce out of the can, or do you like fancy cranberry sauce?
You know what? Out of the can. Out of the can.
Out of
Why
the
not?
can. It's got to be ocean spray out of the can.
I don't think Thanksgiving isn't meant to be fancy, and
I agree.
it's meant to be just a family gathering around a table.
If somebody says I've got a great recipe for turkey or stuff, I don't want a great recipe. I
just want turkey.
want turkey and stuffing and sweet potatoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How much turkey does it take to put you to sleep on Thanksgiving?
You would think it would take a lot because of I'm clearly a good eater, but it does not take much.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like to load up on the sides too.
Same.
So between that and potatoes and stuffing,
Oh, mashed
there's
potatoes.
enough carbs right there to.
That's true.
You don't even need the tryptophan. The carbs really do the job, but the tryptophan's just sort of an enhancement for that
Actually,
sleep.
So last year I didn't really get to eat as much food as I wanted to because I was so tired after like 15 minutes. So this year I have the perfect plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna load up on sides, just save the turkey for last.
Yeah, but I would support that, but I have to tell you, I personally like to mishmash everything
Really?
together. Yeah, I can't. My Thanksgiving dinner doesn't go in order. There's no order
Right.
to it. I just put everything on top of each other, kind of mix it together,
Yeah.
and just try to get a forkful through everything. The longer the fork prongs, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah, a shovel could work for that
Oh yeah.
too.
You just
Just like a little
pile it
mini
up.
shovel, yeah.
Okay.
You do leftovers?
Of course.
Yeah.
For like 2 days.
Those are the best.
Thanksgiving leftovers are the best leftovers.
It's amazing how that whole meal tastes even better smushed on a potato roll.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You have to love that.
Speaking of potatoes, I
Yes.
think potatoes, not just mashed potatoes, which you find on the Thanksgiving,
Sure.
I think potatoes are one of my favorite foods. Every iteration of a potato is delicious, in my opinion.
Every iteration. I'm trying to hear on TV. Think of an iteration you might not like, but you're right. I have to be
there
right.
isn't
It's hard to think of one.
French fries, baked
Excellent.
potatoes,
Great.
sweet potatoes. I'm still a fan of
Mashed sweet potatoes.
mashed sweet potatoes,
Potato chips.
sweet potato fries.
Yep. Even potato chips ridged
Right,
and
the ridged
non-ridged,
ones.
both excellent. Kettle fried and fried not in a kettle,
Exactly.
both excellent.
Every kind of potato.
Every
is
kind of
perfection.
potato. Hash browns at
Hash
the diner.
browns, that's one.
Diner hash
You
browns.
just get, like-
Those are maybe my favorite potatoes.
Yeah, with ketchup.
Yeah. Yeah, potato pancakes.
Yep.
You know.
Latkes.
Yeah, latkes are good. Yeah, I can't think of a potato I don't like. Au gratin.
Yep.
Potatoes au gratin.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of good
Every
potatoes.
kind of potato.
Now, do you
is
put
delicious.
when you have Thanksgiving? Do you have marshmallows on your potatoes?
Yes, on my sweet potato casserole, there are marshmallows.
Anything else or just marshmallows?
Just marshmallows on top.
No pineapple, huh?
You have pineapple on it?
Yeah, we do pineapple
Really?
and marshmallows. Yeah, it's almost dessert, but for dinner.
I'm a big fan of pineapple. I've never heard of pineapple on sweet potato casserole.
Well, I would highly recommend. I mean, they heard it here first on your show.
heard it here
then.
first. You know what?
Yeah,
we're
the
gonna try it.
pineapple.
We're gonna try it.
Well, you
This-
mix the pineapple in,
Mhm.
and then you put the marshmallows on top, and then just pile all the rest of it on.
The more I think about it, the better that sounds.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
I'm gonna give that a try. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna see if later on if we have time for more questions.
Okay.
But before that, we have a little game to play.
A game.
A game. I
Okay.
love games. So we introduced this game last week. It's fill in the blank. So what we're gonna do is on the screen we're gonna put up blanks for a word. Miles, if you want to put up the first blank, just so it doesn't sound like I'm explaining like nothing. If you want to put up the first blank. Nope. No, he doesn't want to put up the first blank.
No, I mean,
It's not gonna
when
happen.
you ask him if he wants to do it, what you really mean
says
is
no.
just put it up.
He says, no, Sam. Go back to the questions, Sam. I don't want to do this silly game. It took us like hours and hours to
To
program
create
it.
the game.
It really did. It was which is
Were you wearing the hat when you created the
I
turkey?
was
The turkey hat.
I was not wearing it when we created
Well,
the
that's the
game.
problem. Would have taken you half
Yeah,
the
it
time.
would've- I got these
Yeah.
about a week ago, and I love it so
They're-
much.
They are great.
It's sliding off a little bit, but besides that, we're good now. Miles, you want to put up the first blank? Miles, put up the first blank. Okay, there it is. So,
oh my gosh.
can you see it?
Yes.
So, all right. So, what's going to happen is every like second, a new letter is going to be added. You're going to have to guess the word. The blanks will fill in, and then we'll move to the next one. The theme is Thanksgiving foods.
Oh, okay.
So this should be easier for you, considering
Yes.
we've just spent like the past 10 minutes talking about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving foods, yeah.
But all right, you ready? Here we go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God, it's hard. Baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. Oh my God.
It's harder than
the
it looks.
pressure is on.
It's harder than it
As soon as
looks.
those letters start popping.
I
Mashed
know.
potatoes.
Okay, ready? Next.
Yeah.
This one's easy, I think.
Turkey gravy. Turkey and gravy.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Pumpkin pie. Look at how much better I'm
Look
getting
at that.
as time
The
goes
improvement. The immediate
on. Plus,
improvement.
pumpkin pie is my number one pie. So
It's delicious. I
Okay.
love pie.
cornbread.
Yep.
I really am improving as I
Yeah,
go.
you
I
are.
feel
Look at that.
very
It
accomplished.
took a little bit to
Yeah,
adjust.
Cornbread. Yep.
Next.
Oh my.
We're just talking about this.
Sweet potato casserole.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
With pineapple now.
With pineapple. We don't have enough room on the screen for all that.
Next. Classic.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Stuffing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Is that it?
I was not happy with that one.
There's one more. All right. Go.
Apple. Apple crumble.
Yep. Apple crumble.
Apple crumble,
There it is.
huh?
Apple crumble is a Thanksgiving
It
food.
is delicious. Yeah. And we don't have an apple crumble at my Thanksgiving.
Really?
That's maybe why I was delayed on that particular puzzle.
Honestly, though, you did pretty well.
Thank you very much. I felt good about like the middle
Yeah,
one.
the middle portion.
Yeah, the
It's-
cornbread one that was
it's not
good,
an easy
yeah.
game at all.
No, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
All right, so we have one more game for you, and then I think we're going to get back to some of these questions.
Okay,
Where is it?
I'm ready.
Here it is. Okay, we're going to do... Okay, so we spent the past week or so asking random kids in random grades these questions. And some of them got them right. I think some of them are a little out of place for their grade. We're going to do Are You Smarter Than an 8th Grader?
Okay.
An LPS 8th grader.
I can't imagine I am because we have such smart 8th
Top
graders.
of the line education.
Top of the line 8th graders.
Well, let's see.
But I will do my best.
All right, ready? So here's your first grade level question.
Okay.
Round 384 to the nearest tens place.
That'd be 380.
Perfect.
Oh!
You were a little unsure.
Yeah, well, it's again,
Yeah,
it's
it
the
is.
pressure. There's cameras pointing
The
at
lights.
you. Sam, you're
He's-
looking at, you got the turkey hat on.
The turkey
There's
hat's
a
pretty
lot,
menacing.
Yeah, there's a lot to deal with here. Yeah.
All right, so here's the next one. This one's easy. What are the first 10 amendments of the Constitution called?
They are called, and I need to know this because I was a social studies teacher.
Oh, yeah.
So they are the Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights.
Yes.
You know, I think social studies is my favorite subject.
Oh, all right. We got another thing in common.
There it is, yeah.
Yep. The potato.
Potatoes
And, the Bill of
social
Rights,
studies. And the
so-
Bill of Rights, too.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right.
And
Here's
hats.
And hats.
You would both like hats. So.
Your 3rd grade level question.
Oh, okay.
How many days are in a leap year?
366.
Yep, there you go.
Whew.
Okay.
All right.
This one, all right, the next one, I will admit, tripped me up a little bit. But
Okay.
I'll explain to you why. What measures distance north to south of the equator? Latitude or longitude? So north to south, what measures it?
It's latitude.
Correct.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, because the increments are
exactly.
that way and that way, which would be latitude.
That tripped me up because the second
A lot
you
of
said-
social studies oriented
Yeah, that
questions,
too.
which I really appreciate. The rounding to the tens,
Yeah,
that's math.
If there were more
but
math,
yeah,
not
that
doing
might
so hot.
not be as good. but-
Here, there's 2 more.
I mean, really, social studies and food are my two favorite topics. So this has been
Then that's
this
perfect.
has been great so far.
The next 2 questions are also social studies, actually,
Okay.
coincidentally. Okay, who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Yep,
Yes,
there you go.
Thank you. All right.
5 of 5. We have 3 more.
Yep.
The
Yep.
last one is tricky, but we'll save that for later.
Oh, good.
Grade 6. The modern-day city of Istanbul was known by what name in the 13th century?
It was known as Constantinople.
Uh-huh.
Another good social studies
I know.
question.
I know that because of the song.
I showed up here on the right day. I'm
You
very
really
happy
did.
about that. Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make these harder for
Something to add to my being thankful list.
That's
right
true.
there.
Being thankful for friends, family, and social studies questions
Yep.
on the show.
That's it.
All right, we got 2 more. This one's a tricky one.
Okay.
Spell onomatopoeia.
Oh, spelling. That's,
Spell it. And this
Oh,
is like
this
the
is
hardest.
maybe where you might get me, Sam. Onomatopoeia.
Yep.
I mean, I can't lose. A-N.
No.
O-N, is it O-N?
Yeah, it's O-N.
I even get the first letter right.
Quick
So,
recovery though.
Yeah, thanks. Well, how is it spelled?
O-N.
Yeah.
O-M.
O-P-I-A?
A-T.
A-P-I-A.
A-T-O-P-O.
Oh, I got none of it right.
I-A. Onomatopoeia. O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P-O-E-I-A.
I never won the spelling bee in school. So something else to be thankful for is spell check.
Spell check. Yeah, that's for sure. I actually use Grammarly.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
No. Usually when spell check is flagging things, I don't like spell check
Yeah.
because leave me, I'm on it
Yeah,
to just
like-
leave me alone.
exactly.
But in the case of onomatopoeia, I will be happy that I have spell check.
Okay, so here's 8th grade, our final question. We've had people get it right. I just want to say that because the second I say it, you're going to be like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
give
I'm a
you-
little down after onomatopoeia, but
Let's see if we can get the
let's see if
recovery.
we can lift back up again.
I'll give you a hint. It is a piece of sporting equipment.
Okay.
Define shuttlecock.
define it. Well,
What
it's
is it?
from badminton.
It is.
And it's the little netty-looking thing with the
Yes.
red half ball
You
on the
got
end
it.
that they play badminton, hit with the badminton.
Yep,
bat.
the little, it's like the
Yep,
ball that you,
yep.
I had no clue what that was.
Hey, all right, we
Look
lifted
at
the
that.
end on a good note.
So you only missed one question, and that was a spelling one.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I didn't even get one letter right in that whole thing. So
The first
that's-
letter,
yeah.
A.
Yep, I got every letter wrong.
Besides
And
that,
you were trying to coach me and go through
Yep.
it nice and slowly, and I still got every
hey,
letter
you know
wrong.
what? 7 out of 8, I think, is pretty good.
Thank you, I appreciate
There's
that.
some pretty smart students here on Livingston.
Yeah,
Public
no, we've
Schools,
got very
for sure.
smart students. So the fact that I could answer questions as they did
Yeah.
is really quite an
impressive.
honor.
All
Yeah.
right. So you want to do a few more questions before we leave?
Sure, happy to do whatever.
Okay. Here's an interesting one.
Okay.
Over the past few days, Miles, our lovely director, Ben, who is a guest favorite on the show, and I have been going around asking kids in our classes, what's the average amount of sleep that you get per weeknight?
Oh,
So we asked 35 students.
yeah.
I
So
want
this is like Family Feud.
Kind of.
Top 10 answers on
Kind
the
of.
board.
I want
Okay.
you to guess what the number is at Livingston High School on a weeknight.
On a weeknight, the number of hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 6.
It's 6.4.
Oh,
Look at that.
This is my day.
It is.
This is my
You're
day.
doing well.
All right.
You did well on the fill in the blank game.
I didn't realize we were going for like 0.4, that getting that, down into the.
If you had, would you have said 6?
No, I don't know that I would have said 6.4, but 6
Yeah.
seemed logical. Like 11:30 to like 11:30, is that about right?
I go to sleep at midnight and wake up at 6:45.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
So that's about 6.4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Good
So
job.
I was the average actually.
I thought maybe you'd get up before 6, but
No,
you're right.
I can't do that.
6.4 is the thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Next year for AM Wired though, I'm gonna have to wake up even earlier.
Yeah, because what time AM Wired goes on at
I
like?
think it's like 7:15. They have to be in the building.
Yeah, you think about those people that do like the morning news
You're like,
and they're on
"Oh
at
my
4:30. Yeah. One of the things that I get to do is, like it's a wonderful thing, but is snow days. I'm the
Mhm.
guy who gets to call snow days.
Oh yeah, that
So on
sounds
those
like a
days,
blast.
unless it's a sure thing, unless you look out the window and there's 8 feet of snow on the ground,
Yeah.
you're waiting for
The
those
last
shows to
second.
start at 4:30, because they
Mhm.
don't start till 4:30, so you don't know anything till then. Absolutely not. No.
It's only a half day. You should ask for a better day.
Yeah, you don't want tomorrow to be a snow day. But I'll tell you what, because everybody's done such a great job, how about we give you all Thursday and Friday off?
Oh,
What do you
thank
think?
you very
Yeah,
much
my
for that.
pleasure, my pleasure.
Thank you for giving us Thursday and
Yeah.
Friday off.
But those shows start at 4:30, and I always think, what
Yeah.
time do those guys have to get up to be at work? And they're always chipper at 4:30
Yeah.
in the morning.
I'm currently enrolled in a film class at NYU. It's online,
Oh.
but it's with people from all over the world. So
Wow.
there's a girl from Hong Kong, a girl from India, there's a kid who lives in London. So on the
That's
weekends,
awesome.
I find myself waking up at the strangest times to get on Zoom meetings with them.
Yeah, because
the time
I'm sure.
difference.
So do you switch up times to
Uh,
kind of accommodate each location?
Since
or-
it is New York University,
Yeah.
it's most of the time it'll be on Eastern time. But
Yeah.
I've had to wake up at like 3 and then go back to sleep at 3:40.
But what a cool thing.
It is really cool.
Yeah,
It is really cool. I'm definitely happy to be in it.
that's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move to some other questions. We still have some more time.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, we asked you what the most embarrassing thing about a teacher has been. What about a student?
An embarrassing thing about it. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say this as a former teacher,
Right.
but I did every once in a while have a student who, no fault of mine, of course,
Right.
might fall asleep in my class, and it is always awkward when the
Right.
drool gets involved.
Oh my God.
And everybody's, or and it's one thing to like put your head directly down and fall asleep, but when you're doing
When you're making the big deal of it.
Where your
Yeah.
head bounces back up,
Yep.
that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time before everybody's just watching, and
Exactly.
or there's I'm gonna like fold my arms so you can't really tell, or put my hand on the side of my head. Everybody can tell.
How exactly do you wake up a kid who's just fallen asleep in class? You just say, "Hey, get up, we're learning."
Yeah, well, either that or proximity. You walk
Yeah.
right over to the student's desk and you begin, teaching from like 1 inch of them.
Okay.
And my voice tends to carry. So, but usually if you're in their vicinity, their immediate vicinity, that will wake them up pretty
Right.
quickly. Or tap on the desk and say, "Why don't you
Yeah.
go for a little walk, splash some water on your face," and then they know that so by the time they get back, they're gonna be okay. So fortunately, it didn't happen that often, but that is an embarrassing thing. I think for students, and
Yes,
of course,
that's
it's
for sure.
probably embarrassing for teacher too.
I've never fallen asleep in class, so
Never. That's great.
never.
I have struggled in classes to keep my eyes open. I don't know that I've actually fallen
Really?
asleep, but I have felt the eyelids getting heavy. Yep.
Okay, so here's another one
Yep.
that I'm just coming up with off the spot because I'm actually interested to know this.
Yep.
What's like the coolest, out of all the lesson plans you've had over the years, what's the coolest lesson plan that you've ever had or that you've ever seen somebody else have?
What an awesome question.
Yeah.
So, I'll say I don't know if it's the coolest, but it was my favorite thing that I used to do is we used to do a unit on the Supreme Court, and I would have my students prepare cases, like real Supreme Court cases.
Oh, that's so cool.
And they would have to file a brief with the court, and then they would have to deliver their argument, and I would question them like the court questions them. That was one of my favorite things that I did as a teacher. And the other thing that I did is when we did I did obviously social studies and government. When we did the executive branch, I used to assign each student one of the executive departments, so like the State Department, the Defense Department, so on and so forth. And I'd say, we have to, as a class, vote to eliminate one department.
Oh, really?
And you have to convince the class why it shouldn't be your department. And I always got into a
That's
really
so
good,
cool.
because everybody thinks, you just cut this or cut that, or this one's easy, or oh, that one's, that one you're not going to be able to justify. But the truth is, the departments do a lot of good things for
Everybody has a
people.
purpose.
So they serve a purpose. So that was always a good activity.
Democracy.
Too. Yeah, I enjoyed teaching government. It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
We're doing American government in class right now.
Awesome.
But that's just about, I think that's all the time that we have for today. We have about a minute left.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give my closing remarks.
Sam, it was really a pleasure. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
having
much
me.
for coming on the
Yeah.
show. Everybody, Dr. Block, thank him very much. He was great. He got a 7 out of 8. It's
Yep.
fine that he couldn't spell onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next week we're keeping it rolling with the shows. Mark your calendars. I think December 21st we have a Christmas special.
I'll be watching.
We're going all out for that. We have, I'm not going to give anything away, but there will be ugly sweaters involved.
Of course.
We're
there
very
mu-
excited
there
for
has
that.
To be. Yep.
Go check us out on YouTube at Office Hours LTV and now on Instagram at Office Hours LTV, our brand new account. Guys, that's all the time we have for today.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to
Enjoy
have a
those
blast.
potatoes.
Enjoy those potatoes, every kind, and please remember to put pineapple on your sweet potato casserole. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you next week. This is Sam Shainbrown signing off.